the survivor. What's up? It's March 10th, it's 2012. 5A and I are hanging out at one of our new sort of places in the new heavy rotation ever since we moved back in October from San Pedro. Today is a bit of an unfortunate day, ain't it, dude? Vive and I, or I should say we and Vive, we've been put into a position where we're forced to say our goodbyes, to a certain extent, on a day-to-day basis anyway. Last night we had an incident at the house. They're all hanging out, and Vive and Squeaky were kind of playing around with a ball, as they always do. And you know, Squeaky, she could be a feisty little bitch in her own way, granted, but they must have been going for the ball at the same time or something. We heard some growling and some snapping and some squealing and stuff, and we turned around, and Vive had cut open her jaw pretty bad. She was bleeding all over the place, and you could see tendons, and it warranted a trip to the emergency room. So she's going to be all right. She's going to live. We stapled her up. She's wearing what's called an Elizabethan collar. She's pretty much pissed off about the whole thing, but she's going to be fine. I got Vive back in 2005. He was born June 8th, 2005. I adopted him from a foster, and his story was that his mother was horribly abused. She was brought in from the ghetto, and she gave birth to these 13 puppies. All of them died except for Viver. He was the sole survivor. That's what I named him, Sir Viver, like Sir Lancelot, Survivor. He's been Vive ever since. I had Kona at the time, and Vivey was sort of the new guy on the block. He was tiny. He was like a little bunny rabbit before he grew into his ears. And he was sort of the second dog. And ever since then, he's had an extraordinary amount of energy, which isn't surprising. He's, you know, representing those 13, 14 souls, and he's done a remarkable job. But it's not so much that it was on purpose. We realized it was an accident. I don't consider him a villainous asshole in any way, shape, or form, or maybe a little bit. But it's just that he's just completely unaware of how big and strong his mouth is, and he's the kind of guy who really belongs in the army. You know, he's a shepherd. It's no coincidence that the shepherds are dominating, the dominating choice for breeds in military operations. They protect their people, they protect their property, and they are the guys that you want in your corner in the dark, right, dude? But no, we're not really in the dark anymore, so we're kind of bummed out about the whole thing, but in its own sort of weird, I don't know, serendipitous might be the word. At the bottom, from the bottom of my heart, there's a weird sort of correctness about the timing of everything. Last weekend was our 1-year anniversary of Kona. Things have changed. We're not in the house anymore. He's slowing down. He's ready for a slower life. He's going to be fine. He's going to be very comfortable at his mom's house. And to make the timing even more apparent, just yesterday I got what is the final proof of the paperback edition of Under Angels, the novel. And I think right now is a great time to pay respect where it's due and acknowledge the undeniable influence that Viver had on what Under Angels is today and what it will be in the future. For those who have read the book or are in any way familiar with the story, you'll know that Shadow, who is the narrator of the tale, has his own story, and he too was the sole survivor. He was born in 1942, but his mother gave birth to 13 pups, and he's the only one who survived. So Shadow is very much based on real-life events and real people, so to speak. Not only did Vive serve as the inspiration for the narration in Under Angels and the sort of first-person point of view and bits of wisdom that Shadow teaches us about life. But he also kind of sat in and did a perfect job in stoic fashion of representing Shadow's likeness for the graphics that I created along the way as we went. So yeah, Under Angels would not have existed without Viber. It just wouldn't have. It would never have been what it is without Vive, and that's the damn truth, right, dude? So we're set, but it's all good. He's had his time. We had our heyday. It's not over. It's just changing, right, man? Hey, stand up. Come on, up, up. Say goodbye to everybody. Sit, sit, sit. Attaboy. Say goodbye. Say goodbye for everybody. Very handsome. All right, for now, huh? Lucky 13.